'Cause in this lifetime, you've got my human gets me blues.
Wow. Good morning and happy Labor Day. Today I'm going to do a labor of love and celebrate one of my favorite artists, the gentleman on the screen, Don Van Vliet, also known as Captain Beefheart. Trout Mask Replica is considered one of the greatest albums ever recorded, a combination of blues, jazz, poetry, and about 10 other genres. It's music that's not for everybody, but it's also music that has inspired a lot of analysis over the years. The main point of this video is to celebrate the recent release of the entire Trout Mask Replica album covered by the 180Gs, which is the brainchild of Mr. David Minnick. He's labored on this for many years, and he's released a number of these covers before. What they basically are is a cappella versions of the songs, which may make them a little more accessible when you hear them sung rather than played. But I'm going to start out courtesy of another website, Ant-Man B, who breakdowns of individual tracks, particularly the song we're doing today, My Human Gets Me Blues. And what I want to play for you first is just Don's voice, the captain's voice. And I'm going to put the lyrics up so you can follow along with the words. That way you get the essence of the song without all the distracting some background music, which features drums, bass, two different guitarists, all going off at different times, different rhythms, in a very confusing sounding background.
I saw you, baby, dancing in your X-ray gingham dress. I knew you were under duress. I knew you under your dress. Just keep coming, Jesus, you're the best dressed. You look dandy in the sky, but you don't scare me, 'cause I got you here in my eye. In this lifetime, you got my human gets me blues.
Love the opening line here. I saw you, baby, dancing in your X-ray gingham dress. Now, I don't know what an X-ray gingham dress is, but you kind of imagine that it's a dress that leaves nothing to the imagination. It's like you're wearing those X-ray glasses that they used to advertise in the back of a comic book where you could see through people's clothes. I don't know if they ever worked. I never ordered them. They probably didn't work. It doesn't matter if she's wearing the X-ray gingham dress, because he knew her under her dress. I knew you were under duress, and I knew you under your dress. So in other words, he has that intimate knowledge of her. Now, just keep coming, Jesus, you're the best dressed. A lot of times people of a religious bent want to find religious meaning and deep hidden meanings in songs. I see that a lot with Dylan, who obviously did go through a Jesus period. And I even see it here. If you look up song meanings, you'll find people with all kinds of theories about this song, that he's talking about the real Jesus. Somehow this song is about God and Jesus. And even the chorus, in this lifetime, you got my human gets me blues. Some people have claimed that this is God looking down on the humans and being very depressed about what he sees. We're giving God the blues. I don't buy any of that. You know, to me, this is a blues song. It's a song about lost love. He sees the girl that he be lover with. It gives him the blues. In this lifetime, my human gets me blues. In other words, having the blues is part of the human condition. You cannot go through life without loss and without getting the blues. We don't need to go to the supernatural level to understand this song.
With your jaw hanging slack and your hair's curling like an old Navy fork sticking in the sunset. The way you were dancing, I knew you'd never come back. You were straining to keep your old black crack patent shoes. In this lifetime, you got my human gets me blues.
So he's kind of describing this woman. Her jaw is hanging slack, her hair's in coolers. Here's the key line. The way you were dancing, I knew you'd never come back. She's dancing with such abandon that she's no longer his lover. She's advertising her wares to the world because she's looking for a new lover. She was trained to keep her old, cracked patent shoes. Wonderful image. I'm not sure why he referenced that. You would wear those old patent shoes maybe if you're going to church or a fancy occasion. When she's strained to keep them, she's trying to break out of that traditional role as his girlfriend and go do something else with her life. So I don't think we got to talk about God and Jesus. This is a story of a woman that he loved, and she's not coming back.
Well, the way you've been, old lady, I could see the fear in your windows, under your furry crawling brow, a silver bow rings up in inches. You were afraid you'd be the devil's red wife. But it's all right, God dug your dance and would have you young and in his harem, dress you the way he wants, 'cause he never had a doll, 'cause everybody made him a boy, and God didn't think to ask his preference.
That seems awfully modern for a song that came out almost 60 years ago. In this case, he is talking about God. God will dress you the way he wants because he never had a doll, and everyone made God into a boy, and they didn't ask his preference. So maybe God is a woman, but he's always been treated as a man, and therefore he never had a doll. But that's just a little joke there. I don't think we can ascribe great meaning to that. But the way you've been acting, old lady means lover. I could see the fear in your windows, the fear. Okay, your window is probably your eyes. Now, what was she afraid of? You were afraid you'd be the devil's red wife. Apparently, she thought that he, the captain or the narrator of the song at least, was a devil. And she wanted to get away from him because she didn't want to be the devil's wife. It goes back to the patent shoes, I guess. But it's okay because God likes your dance and would have you young and in his harem. She can escape from him, but she can't really escape from her fate to be in someone's harem. Whether it's God or the devil, she's headed that way.
You can bring your dress and your favorite dog, and your husband's cane, and your old spotted hog. 'Cause in this lifetime, you've got my human gets me blues.
So those are the lyrics and Don's vocal performance. We have to mention every time that we hear Don sing that he was heavily influenced by the old bluesmen, Howlin' Wolf in particular. The way he stretched the sound of his voice very effectively and gives it a real bluesy feeling. Now, before we move on to the 180Gs, when I was doing some research, I happened on a musical transcription of the background music here, which I think is very interesting. And I'm going to get that up here. Don't worry, we're eventually going to get to the 180Gs. I'm going to take myself out of this for this one frame here. Let's watch this. It's only 2 minutes and 45 seconds, and I'm not even going to pause it. Just want to see musically what's going on. And before I start, let me just explain. You can see that the top line is guitar number 1, second line is guitar number 2, third line is the bass, and they even have a line for the drums here. So this gives you an idea of the complexity of the music, but it's a little easier to hear it on the piano rather than with all the different guitars and instruments. So let's listen through to this just one time. Wasn't that just amazing, that music, seeing it the way it was built? And I love that one section where it goes with the bass solo and just the drums. By the way, I will have links for all these various videos that I'm showing here in the description. And if you want to look at other transcriptions or other Beefheart songs that are broken down in the individual tracks, that's all there at these websites. I think now we're ready to move on to the 180Gs, which is why we came here in the first place. Let me get that going. Okay, as I said, David Minnick has been producing these covers off of the Trout Mask Replica for many years, and he finally came out with an album. I bought the CD. The problem is, David, the CD that you sent me won't play in my pickup truck. So I haven't really listened to it all that much. I've been watching the YouTube videos as they're released, but I haven't been able to really listen to the CD that much because I don't really have any other CD player other than in my truck. But in any case, I've seen enough to know that this is a work of great labor of love and great genius to be able to reproduce these songs a cappella. So now that you've got the background of what the words are, what I think the meaning of the song is, a transcription of what all these instruments are playing, and by all means go listen to the original of the Captain's version of this song. But now we're going to get to 180G's interpretation a cappella, and he uses 3 characters frequently. I don't know if the 180Gs actually exist or if it's a figment of his imagination, but for some reason he shows the singers as black doo-wop singers, which seems appropriate.
Jesus, you're the best dressed. You look dandy in the sky, but you don't scare me, 'cause I got you here in my eye. In this lifetime, you got my human gets me blue.
I don't know how he does it. Is that somebody making the drum noise and the bass noise with their voice? He says it's a cappella, so I don't think any actual instruments were used, but it's just amazing that the human voice, he can recreate so much of the music.
With your jaw hanging slack and your hair's curling like an old native fork sticking in the sunset. And I knew you'd never come back. You was straining to keep your old black crack patent shoes. In this lifetime, you got my human gets me blues.
I certainly hope if you're listening to this, either on my reaction or on your own, that you'll be using stereo headphones, because it's amazing what's going on with the different tracks. The instrumental on one side and the bass on the other, and everything is broken out so clearly. Great job, David.
Silver bow rings up in inches. You were afraid you'd be the devil's red wife. But it's all right, I've done your dance and would have you young and in his harem. Dress you the way he wants, 'cause he never had a doll. 'Cause everybody named him a boy, and God didn't think to ask him preference. You can bring your dress and your favorite dog and your husband's cane and your old spotted hog. 'Cause in this lifetime, you've got my Cupid Gets Me blues.
Wow. Like I say, I love that last section with the bass and the drums just breaking out. These guys, and I don't know if they're real people, but who's ever doing the voices here, they really get Captain's essence, don't they? They get the sound of the Captain with all the attitude of the Captain. I don't know how they do it. It's simply an amazing production. I highly recommend, if you're a Beefheart fan, that you watch all the available videos, buy the CD. Let's see if we can get the contact. Buy the CD at, there it is. That's his website, davidminnick1.bandcamp.com. Please support this fellow. He's worked so long and hard, and I think on this Labor Day, I hope he's resting from his labors because he deserves it. He deserves all the accolades for putting the time in to understand these songs and to help us to understand these songs a little bit better. Hope you enjoyed our labor of love here today.